7. Did you know Chile is the longest country in the world? It stretches over 4,300 kilometers from north to south, covering almost every climate zone on Earth, from the Atacama Desert to the Andes Mountains, from Patagonia to the icy waters of Antarctica. Chile has it all. Welcome back to Geography Now. Today, we're going to explore Chile, the longest country in the world. Let's begin. Number 6. The Strait of Magellan. When Ferdinand Magellan first sailed through this narrow passage between Tierra del Fuego and the mainland in 1520, he named it after himself. However, the indigenous people had been calling it by a different name for centuries. In fact, they still do. In Spanish, it's known as the Estrecho de Magallanes, and in the local language it's called Tongasama. The strait is about 580 kilometers long, and at its narrowest point it's only 2.5 kilometers wide. It took Magellan 3 weeks to navigate the entire strait, but today ships can make the journey in just a few days. Number 5. Chilean Patagonia. If you want to see some of the most amazing landscapes on Earth, then head to Chilean Patagonia. This is a region of rugged mountains, deep fjords, and endless glaciers. It's also home to some of the most extreme weather on Earth, with temperatures often dropping below 0 degrees Celsius in the winter months. Despite the harsh conditions, there are a number of small towns and villages scattered throughout the region. These are mostly inhabited by farmers and fishermen who have adapted to the unique challenges of living in Patagonia. One of the most famous residents of Patagonia is probably Torres del Paine National Park. This park is home to some of the most iconic scenery in all of Chile, including the famous Towers of Paine. These granite peaks rise up out of the landscape like jagged teeth and are a popular destination for hikers and climbers. Number 4. Easter Island. This remote island is one of the most isolated pieces of land on Earth. It lies about 3,500 kilometers off the coast of Chile and is home to a population of about 7,750 people. The island is famous for its mysterious statues known as moai. These giant stone figures were carved by the island's inhabitants between 1250 and 1500 AD, but their exact purpose is unknown. Easter Island is also home to a number of other interesting sites, including Rano Raraku, a massive volcanic crater that was likely used for ceremonial purposes. Number 3. Atacama Desert. This desert is one of the driest places on Earth, with some areas not receiving any rain for several years. It's also one of the highest deserts, with much of it located in the Andes Mountains. Because of its unique environment, the Atacama is home to a number of strange and wonderful creatures. Some of these animals are found nowhere else in the world. The desert is also rich in minerals, including copper, silver, and gold. These resources have been exploited for centuries, and mining is still an important part of the Chilean economy today. Number 2. The Andes Mountains. These mountains form the backbone of Chile, running along its entire western border. They're home to some of Chile's most stunning scenery, including snow-capped peaks, deep valleys, and fast-flowing rivers. The Andes are also an important water source for Chile, providing the country with much of its hydroelectric power. Of course, the Andes Mountains are not just a pretty face. They can be dangerous, too. In 1960, an earthquake and resulting tsunami caused massive damage along Chile's coast. The quake was one of the most powerful ever recorded, measuring 9.5 on the Richter scale. Number 1. Lake District. This beautiful region is home to over 200 lakes, as well as some of the most active volcanoes in Chile. The largest lake, Lake Lanquihue, is home to a number of small islands, including the famous Isla del Muerto, or the Island of the Dead. This island is actually a volcano, and it's one of the most photographed landmarks in the Lake District. Other famous landmarks in the region include the Osorno volcano, which towers over the landscape like a giant green frosted cake, and the Chilean Navy's submarine base at Punta Arenas, which was built during the Cold War and is now a museum. Chile is a country full of extremes, from the arid plains of the Atacama Desert to the lush rainforests of the Lake District. It really does have something for everyone. Thanks for watching. See you next time.